Hey guys, here's a video for incorporating citations into your first draft. Rule number 1, you absolutely must have them. Guys, if you turn in a first draft that has no citations in it, it will be a failing first draft. You absolutely have to have them. So now that we've established they have to be there, here are some general rules for your citations. Most of the time, this will work. So your citations within your text should be parenthetical. That means that they should be in parentheses. They should establish the first element of the works cited page. So for the works cited page entry, I'm going to be looking for the information farthest on the left, the location within the source, so the paragraph number, and as I've said in class, I should see lots of parenthetical citations in the body of your research paper. So the one section in the body that I wouldn't expect to see them would be that My Connection section, where you're just sort of reflecting on your topic. So I've defined those general rules. Let's talk about what they look like in real life. I've taken a screenshot of a very good research paper from last year, and let's see how this guy used the sources. So he wrote about Idi Amin. And so in this paragraph from the screenshot, what he's done is he's given some information, and then he's given me the source name and the paragraph number. This source name I'm going to look for on the works cited page. So here's a screenshot of the works cited page of the same paper, and sure enough, here's the source that I found that he had listed on the page before. And so on your first draft, if you see a bunch of check marks on your works cited page, that's actually very good. That means I saw sources within the textual citations in your paper, and I found them on your works cited page. When they match, I put a check mark next to them. So that was the general rule, and it works most of the time. However, in life, there are always exceptions. Same with research papers. So one particular citation circumstance might be you have citations, consecutive citations that all come from the same source. That's what this same student had. So he cited his information here. It's this Al Prendini article. And then the next bit of information he gave came from the same article. If you're giving consecutive citations from the same source, then on a second citation, you leave out that first element and you just give me the paragraph number. So all of this information, all these citations came from the same article, and I could tell it was from the same article when he left this name off again. Students will ask, well, can I just leave the parenthetical citation for the end? You can. You're going to get a deduction for it. This student was very careful in showing me exactly where in his article I could find each bit of information that I needed to verify, or that he felt I might need to be verified. So this is the best way to do it. If you leave it for the end, there's no way you're getting above a C on this paper, and you'll be lucky if you get a C. Another unique circumstance that might come up is you might have some sources with the same name, like this guy did. He has two sources here, two articles that are both called Idi Amin. So he had to manage that in his paper to clarify which information was coming from which article. Here's how he did that. What he did when he had to cite from one of those articles, instead of just giving the article name, Idi Amin, he also gave the second element, which was the publication that it came from. And so that way I could tell on his works cited page which of those two articles he was working with. If you want to abbreviate that a little bit, so maybe he wanted to put Idi Amin and maybe it was, history for American scholars or something. He could have abbreviated it to just history. So just so I can get enough information to tell which of those two articles or more with the same title he was citing from. And then the last exception I can think of is, what do you do when you have sources that don't really lend themselves to paragraphs? They're not exactly articles. Maybe they're images or tables, or maybe more raw data than a written article. In those cases, what you should do is use N period PAG, where the paragraph number would ordinarily go. So maybe the author name, N period PAG, or article name, N period PAG, inside the parentheses. That tells your reader, like, page numbers don't apply here. It literally means no pagination or no pages. Okay, guys, those are the quick and dirty guidelines for parenthetical citations. Do your best. As long as you have citations, you're doing something very important, and we can sweat the details later. But do your best to get as much right as you can on the first draft. It makes for much smoother sailing when you write the final draft. Good luck, guys.